Hey, what's up, everybody? Here we go again, episode 66 at Face Value. I'm Brian.
I'm Lucas.
We're super pumped to have you back again for another week. We are here watching some Monday Night Football. We have the Falcons and Bills and the Bears and Commanders on the other side. So I guess the Monday Night doubleheader is like the new thing for the NFL now. It's just why have one
Dude,
game when you can have two?
gotta get as much rating as possible, and they're
All the
doing it.
money you can.
Yeah.
Dude, what cracks me up is I remember they did the Friday night game last week, or they did the Christmas games last week, and like LeBron was like, "Oh no, like the NBA controls Christmas, like that's our thing." And then like after the game, the
Dude.
NFL's like, "Yeah, I think we're just gonna do this every year." So,
Yeah, that's a wild take.
so, yeah, well, especially when they showed the viewers, it was like 5 million for the NBA and like 25 million for the NFL or something. It was crazy.
Yeah, if there's anything going up against the NFL, they're gonna lose.
Yeah, for sure. So,
The only thing that might, and it doesn't even matter because it's played in the summer, is the World Cup, and that's like a worldwide viewership. In the U.S., the NFL would still kick the freaking World Cup's ass.
oh yeah, because the whole world still watches the NFL. So,
I mean, I mean, in the United States, right? Like
oh yeah,
United
yeah,
States
yeah,
viewership.
absolutely, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like if
yeah,
the World Cup and the NFL were going on at the same time, the NFL in the United States would absolutely demolish the World Cup. Which,
yeah. There's still no competition. Yeah, well, dude, I always equate it to it's like the old gladiator times, like in the Colosseum. The Romans throwing it down. It's the same, just now it's just football. So, hey, as we do every week, we start with our hugs and hikes. So, you got a hug you want to start with?
yeah, I'm gonna give my hug to James Franklin um, for his buyout and what he'll be making over the next 7 to 8 years. I don't know if you saw that breakdown on
Yes,
how
I
much on
did.
how much he's getting, um, like per week, per day. He's making 25 cents a second. He's making 15.22 a minute and $913 an hour until 2031. So
Till 2031. That's the wildest part.
yeah, man, that's the best job in the world is a fired head coach.
Yep.
So if you're out looking for jobs on LinkedIn, if they have a hiring availability, put your resume in, dude. I mean, you see Jimbo's. I mean, you saw Coach O. Like he was like, yeah, just tell me when to leave. It's just for 17 mil. Yeah,
I'll go
it's just
chase
like,
girls somewhere else.
yeah, it's wild. So huge hug to James Franklin, obviously. Man, that guy lost a locker room and had to have. It's just one of those things, and we'll get into the game a little bit later. But yeah, good on him though for or his lawyer for drawing up that contract.
Oh yeah, dude. 100%.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice hug.
Yeah.
I'm
Let's go
sure.
make a
I'm
lot of
sure.
money and then let's just fall on our face and then just go make a ton of money all at one
I don't.
time.
I don't think he's going to be struggling anytime soon.
No. I do wonder what's next though. I mean, I'm
I mean,
guessing he'll probably get I don't know if he jumps straight into a head coaching job again or if he would do like a defensive coordinator job. I kind of wonder what his intention would be.
I mean, he. I would say he didn't do a bad job, but I mean, he did a bad job this year. There's no two
Yeah.
ways about it. Um, and I think he could be a defensive coordinator on a lot of football teams where he don't have
Oh,
doesn't
for
have to run the
sure.
ship. I don't think he has the personality or anything to be like a college game day kind of guy.
No.
Um, I've never really, I'm not gonna lie, I've never really heard the guy talk in a press conference either. So, um, but
I
he
mean,
just
he's just
seems,
very,
he
very
just,
straightforward, very
yep,
professional. Yeah,
yep.
like
He doesn't seem like one of those personalities like a Stephen A. Or I mean, shoot, Nick Saban does it, and I mean, there's not much personality there either. I mean, he's done a few things that's pretty funny on game day, but
yeah, he's up
I
his
I feel
game
like
for
it'd be
sure.
I feel like it'd be a similar thing and to Nick Saban, but
Yeah, you
No
can get away
Pat,
with
no Pat
one, but you can't
McAfee.
get away with two. No, definitely not.
He's no Pat McAfee. Let's just go ahead
No,
and throw that out there. That dude is unhinged.
I don't think the world could handle two Pat McAfees in one setting.
Dude, Pat McAfee is unhinged, man. Like that guy. Yeah, I don't know. We talked
But
we
you
talked
kind
about we talked about some weird behavior with Shadura last week, but
oh yeah,
there are some times where Pat McAfee has some weird behavior too. I
oh
mean,
yeah.
yeah,
I was gonna say, and you can't even necessarily say it's CTE because he was a punter, so
that's true. That's true. Yeah,
he's just psycho.
yeah. What about you? What's your hug?
Well, you actually kind of took my hug. So my hug was just going to go to fired head coaches because
Yeah, dude.
so James Franklin, he got the big contract, and then the Titans fired Brian Callahan this week after their loss to drop the Titans to 1-5, and so they did a breakdown of him too. So he's making 26 cents a second, and breakdown, whatever, $708,000 per month until 2029. So yeah, kind of like you said, just very much a huge payday just to go out and do absolutely nothing.
What a deal.
So it's just it's unbelievable, man. But I mean, I don't understand the Titans for me. Like, and I know you're not big into the NFL, but like the Titans are just a bad football team. They've been bad the last few years, and I don't see any I don't see anything with that team where you would have any more expectations than where they're at right now. Like, I don't know why you don't just let Callahan just carry it out, see if he can find a way to, and maybe it's the development of Cam Ward that they're unhappy with. But I mean, again, like I always argue, and a lot of people argue, is just you're taking a huge risk when you put a brand new, uh, a brand new rookie in as the most important position on the field from day one. Like it's a tough position to be put in right off the bat. So
Yeah.
if that is the case where they're worried about his development, I mean, you're putting him in a tough situation regardless. So
And it's one of those things where nowadays too, if you're drafting one overall and you draft a quarterback, like the expectation is him starting.
yeah.
Like there's no expectation of him riding the bench for a little bit, especially at one overall.
Hmm.
If you draft in the second, third round, yeah, you can see where he'll sit for a few games. I mean, you see it with Shuck behind Rattler. I'm not saying that's
Hmm.
like a good comparison, but they're not even giving him the reins,
Yeah.
and he just might not be that good. That could be part of it too. Um, but what happened to the Mike Vrabel or whatever in Tennessee?
Dude, that was a wild situation actually, because I
Yeah,
actually
like
thought he
when
was
he
doing a
he was
great
pretty
job over
good.
there.
I
Yeah, he
thought
was
so
doing a great
too.
job. And then they like it wasn't even a big dip. I think they barely missed the playoffs or something, and so then they got rid of him. And I was shocked because like
Yeah,
I
that's
knew as soon as the Patriots job came open, it was going to be his. Which I mean, dude, look at
oh
what
is
New England's doing now.
is that where he's
Yeah,
at?
yeah. So they hired God, it was man, I can't remember. It was another former player from the Patriots, I think. So he was there for a year and didn't do a terrible job. I think they went 6-10, 7-10, something like that. They fired him after 1 year and immediately hired Mike Vrabel as soon as he
Mm,
became available. And
yeah,
I mean, he's done a great job. I mean, the Patriots, I mean, they're 4-2, and they've been pretty much irrelevant ever since
oh yeah,
Brady left, which
yeah,
was 5-6 years ago.
yeah,
So for him to step in and immediately start getting that team around, which and a lot of it too is Drake May. Like they brought Drake May in, who has been way better than what they thought Mac Jones was going to be.
yeah,
So he's done a great job. But yeah, but Tennessee, I mean that was where they flubbed it for sure. And now again, like I said, you have zero expectations coming in. You fire a coach after 6 games, like makes absolutely no sense. But
yeah.
hey, that's the deal
Not
though.
sure.
Made a lot
Yeah,
of money out of it.
I was gonna say not a bad contract.
Let's say it works out for him. I always go back to the Woody Harrelson where he's wiping his tears with the $100 bills.
Absolutely. He's going to be living all right.
Exactly. But what about your height?
I'm going to keep my hike on the coaching realm. I'm going to tell Kirby Smart to take a hike for his antics with his timeout on the sideline where
Dude,
he duped the referee. I don't know, honestly. Obviously, with Kirby Smart winning a national championship, all this stuff, I don't really know what the media and the social media and everything his perception is with people. But from the outside looking in, he just seems like a not likable guy, in my
no.
opinion. And again, I don't know media wise and how people are talking about it on social media, but like from my perspective, I'm an LSU football fan, and so I see and hear a lot of Brian Kelly's press conferences. Um, Pretty likable dude, at least in the media. Obviously, he's had a few runabouts. He goes and apologizes, all that stuff. But the way Brian Kelly gets slammed by the media, I mean, it's just crazy. And with Kirby Smart, his antics on the sideline like that. I mean, again, going back to the Shadur thing, that dude, he was acting like a child on the sideline. He's like, "No, I didn't do it,"
Yes.
like a little baby. Like again, something like my little kid, my 3 year old would do when he's telling
Yes.
a lie about something. He's like, "No, that's not what I did. I didn't kick my sister. I kicked the ball."
Yeah.
Like no, you didn't, dude. No, you
Yeah.
didn't. Like you have to go and put him in timeout. But again, they seem to just get away with it, which is it.
Well,
Honest,
and that's why when I was watching it, dude, like I was so shocked and like you made a good point. It's like because that's what the commentator said too. They're like, so they gave him the timeout with 1 second. So technically there wasn't a delay of game in play, but like it's just a crazy situation. Like you called the timeout, you can clearly see the timeout. I mean, obviously, Hugh Freeze is absolutely losing his mind. And he's telling him to look at the score or look at the replay board, which the officials can't do anyway. But dude, like, like I told my brother-in-law was sitting there watching the game with me, and I told him I was gonna just start clapping like this, like every time I clap, like I'm just gonna start.
I mean, but it has to be one of two things, right? It has to either be a
Yes,
delay of game penalty or it has to be a timeout used. Like one
yeah,
of the two. Like you can't just not do anything at all.
yeah.
Like
It was literally a free timeout for them.
even if he was just clapping, that's fine. Okay, okay, Coach Smart, you were clapping. That's a delay of game penalty because
Mhm.
the timer's up, buddy. Like
Yeah,
it seems
because
like
they
a
still
simple.
they never snapped the ball. It's not like they snapped it as he's calling timeout. Like
Yeah,
they never snapped the ball.
yeah. I don't
So
know. That's. I don't think it ended up having any outcome into the game. I don't think, but
well, Auburn ended up blocking the field goal, or he ended up missing the field goal.
exactly,
So
exactly. So
yeah,
it ended up not doing anything, but still, going back, that's weird behavior from a grown adult.
yeah.
Like,
But that's just been how Kirby Smart's been, though. It's just
yeah,
and for like you said, for some reason he keeps getting away with stuff like this, and people just kind of shake it off like nothing.
and
Like he's
I
a
like I
clown.
said at the beginning of this, I wonder if he has some leeway because he's won a few national titles. You know what I mean? And so people are like, ah, well, it's just Kirby being Kirby. I don't know.
Yeah, but how
Uh,
often do you see officials mistake a clap for a timeout? Like that's like he's in the official's ear. Like I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know. That's
it's
just
definitely
crazy.
odd.
But
Yeah. What about
so
you? Who's your
well, I'm gonna
hike?
give a hike to Matt Eberflus, the defensive coordinator of the Dallas Cowboys. Like, dude, like I was reared back ready to roll last night when we were about to podcast, and then we pushed it back to tonight. Like, so I've calmed down since then. But dude, like watching that game, like watching the way, so Rico Dowdle, an undrafted free agent, Cowboys had
Hmm.
him, had a really good season with him last year. They let him walk. He signed for a cheap deal with the Panthers. He runs for 200 yards last week, and then he calls out the Cowboys specifically the entire week and says they better buckle up, and then proceeds to get 239 all-purpose yards yesterday against the Cowboys. Like, dude, it's just an absolute disaster. Like everything about the Cowboys, not everything about the Cowboys, everything defensively about the Cowboys right now is an absolute nightmare. Like they have
Yeah.
one of the worst defenses in history to this point. I mean, it's just and it's not getting any better. And and I mean, you can check the tape. I've been one of the biggest anti Dak guys forever. Dak is playing his best football of his career right now. And so in the
Yeah.
last 3 games, he's thrown for, I think, 800 plus yards, 11 touchdowns, no turnovers, and they've given up 90 points in that span.
It's
So
wild.
it's just
And
unbelievable to imagine.
and the Pickens signing seems to be working out pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it
Um,
helps the CD Lambs out, but
for sure. That dude looks like a monster, man.
yeah,
Um, the game we were with my father-in-law over the weekend, and he's a big Cowboys fan, so the game was on, and I mean there were times where Dak's just like, yeah, throw it down there. Pickens is somewhere over there.
yeah, Pickens down there somewhere.
Yeah, he's pretty good. No, but going back to the coaching thing, I wonder what Eberflus is getting after being fired.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's doing okay too.
I was gonna say, I'm sure it's a pretty good contract too. But dude, I was gonna say my extension hike is to Stephen Jones, who fully backed up Matt Eberflus today and said he's doing a great job. The players just need a better to do a better job of adapting to the defensive style. He's had success everywhere he's been as a coordinator. I'm like, dude, how can you watch? They're giving up 420 yards per game right now, and you're telling me that he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. Like it's when you have the number
And
one offense in the league and you have the and the dead last defense in the league, like something's got to change. Dude, I was texting people yesterday just ranting and raving. Like there's got to be change immediately. Like
I
there's no
wonder,
way you can just allow this to keep happening.
yeah, I don't know. What was your expectation coming in once a hire was made? Like, were you
I
excited
mean,
about Eberflus? Like, because
I
his
wasn't
track record
excited
hasn't been
about.
awful
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I wasn't super pumped about Eberflus, but I thought it would be at least a reasonable defense. I was more concerned about how Dak was going to play this year,
for sure.
um, and he's proven me wrong to this point. I knew the defense wasn't going to be great, but I didn't think it was going to be this bad.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, and then like, kind of, it just shows you how bad the Jets really are last week. I mean, they had Justin Fields seeing ghosts in a like a defense that gives up absolutely everything. I mean, like Rico
yeah.
Dowdle ran like he ran free yesterday. I mean, Bryce Young's making throws all over the field. I mean, he looked like a veteran, MVP caliber quarterback. And it's like, dude, like this is a team that's not good, and they just absolutely just shredded the defense the entire time.
I think the big red flag should have been the Russell Wilson game. Um,
Yes.
like that was the big red flag at the beginning of the end, I think. But again, it's now where do you turn though is the big question, and
I mean,
I don't.
you can't go any lower than where you're at right now. I mean,
You say
like
that,
you can't be worse than last.
yeah, but you can always give up more yards and more points.
I know, but
Um,
that's what I'm saying though. It's like right now, like they're 2, 3, and 1, and a lot of that is because of the defense. Like they
yeah,
lost 30-27 yesterday. They tied the Packers 40-40.
yeah.
Like you're scoring points, like but you're just giving up so many. Like the defense can't like they can't stop anything.
Cowboys overs might be
Oh
a
yeah, dude, it's been a thing all year long.
yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, I just don't know where they turn next, and you're just hoping that they might get one of those new manager bounces or a new coordinator bounce where some new philosophy comes in and the players react well to it. But how much also is a part of just not being as talented on the defensive side of the ball?
Well, and
Because that
that's the
plays a part
thing.
too.
Yeah, no, and I agree with that. But that's the thing is you kind of have to adjust like with what you're given. Like the type of defense they're running is not benefiting what they have on the field right now. I mean,
Yeah,
they're running these zone coverages when they have two safeties that can't cover in a zone. You have two cornerbacks that can't cover man or zone. Like something's got to change. I mean, I don't have the answer. That's why I'm not coaching the NFL.
Yeah,
But I mean, something's got to be different. Like you've got, like I've seen lesser talented, not maybe not lesser talented than this, but I've seen lesser talented Cowboys teams that have at least been competitive. And that
yeah,
was when like Rod Marinelli was there, like the old turtle. Like he's running, he's at least getting them going. Like
yeah.
I mean, Dan Quinn didn't always have just like these dominant players on defense, and he
True.
was and he was still being competitive. So
And again, this is always going to be a talking point, but just because of who it is, but the way that the Cowboys defense has been playing all year, I don't think Micah Parsons, even fully healthy, makes a difference.
no, no, and that's why I was always a proponent for Micah Parsons being traded because he wasn't going to make that big a difference to where, I mean, they gave up 200 plus yards on the ground. Like Michael Parsons doesn't defend the run. He's a straight
No.
pass rusher. I mean, you might disrupt a couple of plays, but it's not going to make enough to make that big of a difference.
Yeah.
So I don't know. My hike was almost GJ Kinney. I'm getting close to
Mm,
that point. Like
yeah. But again, talking about defensive coordinators, like Kenny's one of those guys who's a run and gun offensive, sling it around kind of guy, and I feel like Texas State's defense just hasn't been there all year or
yeah, but
since he's been there.
how do you blow a 3 touchdown lead in back to back games? Like they can't be
That's,
all defense.
I mean, you also score 28 points in the first quarter. You expect to win that game.
That's what I mean. Like,
But you expect your defense to at least like hold the rope, hold the line, do something.
yeah.
You know?
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Like, are they changing their scheme that's throwing everybody off? Like, what's going on that they're just like the wheels fall off? Like I said, back to back weeks. The second half, like it's just hit the fan, and then they
Yeah,
just all of a sudden can't stop anything. Like it's crazy to me, man. But
yeah. I don't think Texas State's going to get the at large this year.
I would say probably not.
I'm going to go out on a limb.
We talked about the possibility of 9-3 teams, but I don't think that that's one of them.
I
I don't think a
agree.
loss to Troy and Arkansas State's going to get you in.
Maybe if they run the table, man.
Yeah. I was at least holding out on the conference, but I don't even know about that now. Because you
I mean,
still got to face James Madison. I mean, Appalachian State, I think, who's not terrible. I mean, you got to play Louisiana, who always
Pac-12,
has
here we
our
come, baby.
number. Yeah, just need to get to the Pac-12
Just wild.
after we lose 30 more transfers or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's
But
crazy.
anyway, let's move on. So,
Yep.
well, the MLB playoffs is rolling. Uh, it's looking like the Mariners are dug in deep, ready for the long haul. Played really well the first two games. Um, beat the Blue Jays 3-1 yesterday. Won 10-3 today. I mean, I know you kind of texted it. I think what was it, Friday or Saturday, when they went to that. How many innings they ended up playing? Was it
15.
15 innings? It was kind of like, oh well, that benefits the Blue Jays because the Mariners are going through their bullpen, and then they come
Don't
in
matter.
and give up one run in game one and then three games tonight. So
Yeah, man, and the Blue Jays were rolling too, man. They were
yep.
hot. Their bats were hot, and I mean the one thing I will say about Seattle, man, their pitching staff is legit.
Hmm.
I was worried about the offensive production, to be honest, and they popped off for 10 today. That'll play most games, you know. Yeah, again, I don't hate the Mariners by any means. It's they've struggled for a long time. Uh, the representation from the AL is either team, in my opinion, would be fine. Um, I'd like to see the Dodgers get knocked out, but I don't think Milwaukee has it
No,
in them.
that would be
But
nice.
series is going back to Toronto, so we'll see if they can guard home field and and turn this back around and bring it back to Seattle. But we'll see.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, like we talked about the NBA, how it's like a nightmare when Milwaukee and Phoenix played in the finals. Like imagine Seattle and
Milwaukee,
Milwaukee playing in the in the World Series.
zero eyes on
Mm.
that.
I was gonna say that'd be like a nightmare. But dude, I don't even know. I mean, I feel like regardless right now, I don't think anybody's watching. Like, because LA, I mean, we've talked about LA, like they really don't care about anything really. I mean, they do like the Dodgers, but I mean, I feel like they're just kind of just whatever about a lot of things. I mean, Toronto, it's hockey season. So, I
Hmm.
mean, they're into hockey. I mean, Milwaukee, they got the Packers. I mean, Seattle, they've got the Seahawks. I mean, it just seems like regardless, I mean, in the rest of the nation, it's not like they really care. I mean, I guess the Dodgers would be the only one that people would actually pay attention to just to watch Shohei, but
And as much as people want to like dog on the Astros, like the Astros were actually good for viewership. They were playing that villain role, and people were tuning in to
mhm,
watch them lose.
yep,
Right, for all the years that they were there, they were, in my opinion, they were like the uh, the Patriots for years. Right, people would tune into the Super Bowl just to hope and pray the Patriots would lose.
for
And
sure.
so the Astros, while it's not the biggest market in the country, they everybody hated them, so they wanted to watch and see if they would lose. And so now that you don't have that in there, you don't really have a hateable team other than the Dodgers in the playoffs anymore. Yeah, I don't think viewerships. I would bet that the ratings are down pretty significantly this year.
Yeah, which is already not great for baseball because they're already in a tough position right now.
Yeah,
So, and then with this potential strike coming up too, I mean, I feel like all it's going to do is just end up hurting you more.
I mean,
So,
at some point with this collective bargaining thing, they have to have a some sort of improved marketing plan for players and the game. I don't know what that entails, um,
yeah, I mean,
but
they've started signing the streaming deals and they've started different things, but yeah, I just wonder yeah, what it is that they're going to be able to do. But
yeah,
they got to figure something out. I mean, I do like the idea. Like I know Michael brought up, about the salary floor. Whereas, if
yeah,
you're really trying to make teams more competitive across the board, you got to find a way for people to actually spend money. I think
for
things
sure.
like that. So, and then set limits on deferring money. I know we've gone on rants about that, but I mean, you're watching the Dodgers defer, what was it, 700 or $1 billion
Yeah,
in their salary over however many years just because they can. Like, all you're doing is hurting the game.
yeah, and in that way, that's going to be those are two issues where owners are going to be super against the floor, right? Because that means they're
Hmm.
going to have to spend more money, and then the contract extension or deferring money, the players are going to be against that because that's potential earnings that they're missing out on long term wise.
Yep.
So that's where they're going to have to come to the table, and that's where arguments and disagreements are going to come from, because they're both on, I would assume, completely different sides of the table on both of those issues.
Yeah, and I don't even know.
Um,
Yeah, exactly. And that's the other thing is like, because like in the NFL, like when they go into meetings and stuff, like you kind of have an idea of like at least kind of what the split is, what people are thinking. Like MLB, like
yeah,
everything's so tight-lipped, like you don't know what anybody's thinking.
for sure.
So I mean, like everybody's pretty dead set that there's going to be a strike or a lockout this year, but I mean, they could all of a sudden figure something out and move through pretty quick. I mean, I know historically the MLB's been really good about figuring out their stuff without issue, but
To the last
I
minute
mean, that,
sometimes, though.
yeah, exactly. So well, we'll see what happens. I mean, MLB's got to fix something, and that doesn't include putting the golden batter in,
No.
which I actually found out they stole that from, or they were trying to steal that from Savannah Bananas. Like the banana ball has that rule. Like whenever
I'm
they introduced that, I was like, that that's where they came up with it.
I
It
guess their
shocked
mindset
me.
is banana ball is popular. Let's try to do
Yeah.
something. I don't know. That's crazy.
Yeah, but
But I,
I
I
don't
do
know.
I do like the balls and strikes where you have one appeal or two appeals. Is it going to be? We'll see
Yeah,
how
I'm
that
glad they
works.
finally brought that in at least. Yeah,
Yeah,
hopefully it stays consistent. I mean, it's at least a move in the right direction for what we wanted, which is the robot umpires
yeah,
to kind of just stay consistent and get them. I mean, they've shown like how quickly it still moves too. Like people act like it's going to slow the game way down. Like it's a pretty
no,
quick transition. I mean,
yeah,
it's not any slower than when you see football reviews that last 3, 4, 5 minutes. I mean, that
yeah.
throws the game way off. So,
Absolutely.
but
Yeah.
I don't know. Speaking of football, NFL played this weekend as well. I already went in on it on the Cowboys, so we don't have to talk about them anymore. Uh, couple of big teams though. Actually, the Bucks are. I think the Bucks might actually be for real, dude. Baker Mayfield's playing legit right now. Like
Is he?
people are like super high on Baker Mayfield. Like he's played really well. I mean, they're 5-1. Um, I mean, they're playing great football. I mean, I don't think their schedule's been overly tough, but I mean, they're taking care of business where they need to.
But they have
Uh,
two auto wins already built into that schedule as well. They haven't played the Saints yet.
yeah, that is true.
So
So
so you can go ahead and make that 7-1 or seven. They're at least getting to seven.
yeah, well, that's the thing. So like their schedule this year has been the Falcons, who are just now figuring it out, the Texans, who were playing bad at the time, the Jets. They almost came back and beat the Eagles, and then they beat the Seahawks and then the 49ers. So, I mean, their schedule's been pretty chill to this point. But like coming up, they've got the Lions, then they play the Saints, then they got the Patriots, Bills, Rams. So I mean, they've got a little tough stretch there. So yeah, I think
Yeah,
they
but
got
we've seen that those teams are beatable too, though, right?
oh for sure. I
Like
mean,
the
look at the
Bills
Bills
just
tonight.
lost. Yeah,
Yeah, which I thought they'd bounce back after the way they lost to the Patriots last week. But
agreed.
dude, football is just so like the NFL is just weird this year, man. Like the Bills are 3-3 now. The Ravens are 1-5. It's the first time they've gone 1-5 since 2011 or 2011 or 2016, something like that. Like just bad. I mean,
Yeah,
the Chiefs finally came back and won yesterday, so they're 3-3. But I mean, like, and again, like, dude, like that's what's so frustrating. Again, going back to the Cowboys, like the NFL is wide open right now.
yeah.
Like my thought was always the Eagles were the team to beat. And I mean, they haven't looked great. They got dominated by the Giants on Thursday night. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, like, dude, like anybody in the NFL could win right now. And this is a time when you decide to have one of the worst defenses in history. Well, hey, the Saints have a win, dude.
Yeah, that might be the
Now
only one this year.
I'll say the Jets might be the one team that can't win on any given Sunday, but
Are they 0-5, zero and
they're
six?
0-6, yeah.
Oof, yeah.
Dude, you wanna hear a crazy stat? They lost 13-11 in London to the Broncos. Jalen Fields had net negative 10 passing yards in the game.
Justin Fields.
So yeah, Justin Fields. So the like I don't know if you like so we always talk about sacks. So like in the NFL, like you on sack yards, it counts against your team passing yards. So he had
Oh,
so he had 45 yards passing, but he had 55 yards in sacks. So he had net negative 10 passing yards yesterday.
that is.
Yeah, dude. They had let's see, it was they ended with 92 yards. So they had 82 yards of offense over 4 quarters.
Dude, I
The
thought the
nation
Saints
of
put
the
a
nation
bad
of
product on the
London got to
field.
see that bad. Yeah, dude.
That
Justin
is
Fields
brutal.
is Justin Fields might actually be the worst quarterback in the NFL.
I don't think it's a question because honestly, from everything that I'm hearing out of Louisiana sports media, Spencer Rattler actually isn't playing that bad.
That's what I was about to say, dude. He's actually not being terrible right now.
like I think is I mean he had a pretty good game against the Patriots this weekend too. They just have no weapons, like
I mean, he
zero
only has
weapons.
one pick. He's
Yeah,
been sacked 11 times, which actually isn't terrible. I mean, it's a little under two a game.
yeah. I
I
mean
mean,
his stats aren't awful. It's just the team is bad. And the thing about the Saints is they've been in every game. They've
yep,
literally been in every other than the Seahawks. They got blown out by the Seahawks, but they've been in every single game that they played. They just find ways to lose those games.
yeah,
And that's a bad team. Like in the NFL, those are the things that like mental mistakes, dumb penalties, missed field goals that'll lose you games.
yeah. Three of
Um,
their five losses are one score games.
yeah, and they're not against awful teams either. Like the Bills, like
Yeah, I
the
mean, they
Patriots.
lost
The
to the
Patriots might be
Bills,
better.
Seahawks, 49ers are okay. Cardinals are okay. I mean,
The Patriots might be better than we thought, like we mentioned.
the Patriots aren't bad, dude. I'm telling you, like,
Yeah. So
I
yeah,
mean,
I
Drake May might be the truth.
I mean, at the end of the day, though, like we'll touch into college football here in a little bit, but I mean, is this quarterback class as good as they were thinking either? So yeah, like being the number one overall draft pick, trying to draft a quarterback like that might not even be
Well, dude,
worth
and
as
that's
much as we
what,
thought.
and I know we talked about it too, but like, I never thought Cam Ward was worthy of being a number one overall pick. I mean, I thought he was a first rounder, but I didn't think he was. I mean, just like some of the things I watched, like, it didn't seem like he was just this dominant player that was just going to take over the NFL from day one, which
Yeah,
is kind of what you're looking for in a number one overall pick. Not
yeah,
maybe not necessarily take over, but at least be competitive. But I felt like he had
yeah,
a lot to work on where he wasn't necessarily ready to just take over a struggling program.
for sure.
But time will tell. We'll see who they hire next. But that's enough of the
Gundy,
NFL. Mike Gundy, James Franklin.
imagine.
God, dude. That would be one of the wildest hires ever.
Wait, but hang on. Wasn't James Franklin the head coach at Vandy?
That's where he came from, isn't it?
Yeah, dude, he can go back to Nashville, man.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was like that's where he like yeah. He brought Vanderbilt up to relevancy in like 2011 to 2013, and that's when he got the Penn
Yeah.
State job.
Yeah. And then Vanderbilt went.
Yeah,
So you think that
the
the Vandy guy will get another job next year?
the Vandy what?
You think the Vandy coach will get another job next year or what?
What do you mean?
But you said James Franklin go back to Vanderbilt. Are you saying the Vanderbilt guy
No,
might get another job?
no. Go back to Nashville and be the
Oh, you're talking
Titans.
about
Be the
Tennessee. I'm
Titans.
with you. I'm with you. I thought you were saying Vanderbilt, the head coach might be getting dude, wouldn't that be crazy to hire the Vanderbilt head coach as the next Penn State guy?
Dude, just rolling it back, run it back, dude. Roll it
That's
in.
right. We'll try again.
Yeah, nah,
Oh man. Well, let's get rolling the weekend, dude.
yeah,
A lot of crazy games. Not really much on the early week. I guess the only thing of note was that South Florida and North Texas played Friday night,
yeah,
and people were high on North Texas, made them a 1.5 point favorite. South Florida been one of the teams that's kind of seen as a potential group of five getting in. And South Florida absolutely went in and just made a statement, beat North Texas 63-36. I mean, just blew the brakes off. I mean, it was crazy. It was 21-21 at halftime,
yeah. I was
and
gonna
then
say
and then all
it
of a
was
sudden,
close.
yeah, and South Florida they just ran off.
Dude, I'm pretty sure South Florida scored three touchdowns in the 5 minute period in the start of the third quarter. Like it was
God.
wild. Like everything that could go wrong for North Texas went wrong. Um, I think there was a defensive, like a scoop and score fumble. It got out of hand quickly,
Yeah,
which
so
sucked.
third quarter, South Florida touchdown 1 minute 9 seconds, interception, touchdown 24 seconds, fumble return touchdown. So yeah, it was actually in like 3.5 minutes. South
Yeah,
Florida
it
scored three
was.
touchdowns.
Yeah, it at that point I was like, because I had North Texas, and the point, or I think I had. Wait,
You had plus three
what
and
did
a half.
I had plus 3.5? Yeah, and
Yeah.
I felt pretty decent about it at halftime, and then those three touchdowns happened. I was like, oh god, here we go. Um, but yeah, it was. We kind of talked about that and touched on it last week about it being a relatively important game for the
Oh
American
yeah.
because I mean North Texas being 5-0, USF obviously kind of in the. I think they're in the front seat of the group of five right now with some of their wins, but I mean there's
Yeah, I mean
the group of five is coming out of the American. We could just probably
I was
put
gonna
all the
say
other
like
conferences to
I think
bed
we
because
said it here
UNLV,
last. Yeah. Oh, they look rough, man. They look
yeah,
rough. Not definitely not what people expected them to be. But
no,
I mean, I think whoever I think we mentioned it before, but I think whoever comes out next weekend's the 25th, South
yeah,
Florida at Memphis. That'll be the one
yeah.
because Memphis is undefeated. South Florida's 5-1 right now. So
But don't forget about Tulane in there too, man. Like their
yeah,
one loss. Granted, I don't think Ole Miss is as good as they're ranked right now. I think there's some losses on that schedule still, but that's their one loss. That's Tulane's one loss, and if the committee values Ole Miss that much, Tulane is right there with them.
and what's crazy is that if Memphis beats uh, South Florida, then 2 weeks later they play Tulane. So
Yeah, yeah. It could get interesting in the American for sure, and with Maction and all that stuff starting tomorrow, and some of those weekday games, like it can really get fun to watch during the week for sure. Coming up soon.
hell yeah, we're in football 7 days a week season.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. So pumped.
Hell yeah. So yeah, so then we'll jump into Saturday. Ohio State went in, dominated Illinois, 34-16. Kind of expected there. I mean, I think it's kind of the consensus now that it's Ohio State on top, and then kind of everybody else vying
Yeah,
for who's going to compete. I mean, I know, like there might be some arguments to that, but I mean, from everything I've seen, I mean, the closest game they've been in is the Texas game in Week 1,
yeah,
and that was Julian Sain's first game against one of the best defenses in the SEC, if not in the nation. I mean, like they just, I mean, it's a tough ask coming right out the box, but
yeah. And don't get it twisted at all. Like Ohio State, with their resume so far, what they've been doing, they're by far the best team in the country at this point. Um,
mhm.
I'm still not super sold on their offense yet, though. Th Obviously, they put up some numbers, but that same Illinois defense gave up what 63 to Indiana.
Yeah.
And I'm not expecting Ohio State to put up 63 every week or anything, but um, I think some higher level competition on defense that they'll have to face, they might struggle a little bit more as we saw against Texas. Granted, like you said, Sayan's first game, he has his feet underneath him a little bit more. Obviously, they have weapons everywhere,
Hmm.
especially at the wide receiver position. Um, but I don't think they've even put it all together yet, and that's what's scary.
Well,
Um,
and
on
that's the thing too is like when we're really not going to know how good they really are because their next big scheduled game was supposed to be Penn State, and
Yeah,
now we've seen how that's unraveled. And so now, really, I mean, it's Michigan last game of
that's
the
it.
season. I mean, that's the
Yep,
one test for them. Other than that, I mean, they're probably going to roll to the number one ranking, coming
agreed.
out. So, I mean, unless something just completely falls off, which I don't foresee that happening.
Yeah, no,
But
I'm with you 100%.
so yeah, but Alabama snuck one out against Missouri. Tough one, real back and forth. Just a tough ending for Missouri. Had a chance to drive
Yeah.
down, at least get a field goal, and just Prbula ends up throwing a pick with 40 seconds left that sealed the deal. But
Yeah, and the first time that he played a competent defense, it showed, right?
Yeah,
They
for
hadn't been
sure.
they really hadn't been battle tested so far this season. Um, and obviously we know Alabama has athletes. Alabama has really good defensive players. Um, and it showed. But the thing is they were still in the game.
Yeah, the
I
whole
think I think
time.
I think Mizzou's going to be a tough out for anybody that has to play them.
Mm.
And so, um, yeah, Prbula just couldn't get it done. They honestly their running game was pretty good against Alabama, which that's one of Alabama's weaknesses, man. If you go back to that Florida State game, they ran all over them, right? And so
Yeah.
we'll see. And obviously, Jam Miller with the concussion, he's probably won't be out for too long. But um, yeah, I don't know. I did
I
see
mean, hey,
that there
if
was
he gets the New York Giants medical staff, he won't miss a game, dude. Like,
that's
I don't know if you
true.
saw that.
I did. I did. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. The CTE brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just yeah, crazy.
It's kind of
But no,
crazy though. Prbula was the leading rusher though. I mean, because he's not typically a big runner, is he? I mean,
no, and they had I think the SEC leading rusher, Missouri's running back was again. Granted, they didn't play the toughest competition yet, but um, yeah, Alabama's gettable is what I'm getting out of this, and I think Missouri's a better team than people give them credit for. I feel like they're always that under the radar team that just every year's been popping off 10 wins a season.
I mean, they're like your ongoing dark horse. They just kind of just
Yeah,
lurk in the shadows and find their way to 9, 10 wins every year. So
because I don't know what their schedule shakes out for the rest of the year, but I mean I don't think it's that difficult. Auburn, Vandy, and they get A&M at home and OU, and they should
yeah,
win the rest, right? I mean, they should beat Arkansas. They should beat Mississippi State. So I mean, I can see them 10 wins again if they drop one to Oklahoma or A&M.
yeah. We'll see how the. I think the Vanderbilt game will depend a lot on how this week goes with Vanderbilt, which we'll talk about.
Yeah,
But I mean, if Vanderbilt loses, back to back tough games, I mean, it's always it's kind of like you always have the hype after a tough loss, but when you get beat back to back weeks, it's hard to bounce back and really have your best. I feel like so.
yeah,
I mean, it will be at home, but I mean, it'll still be tough for Vanderbilt to bounce back if they lose again this week.
yeah,
But and Missouri doesn't necessarily have a look ahead because they have that bye week before they have A&M coming to town, so
yeah.
they have that chance to kind of give everything to get that win. So I mean, I could definitely see them going 10-2 again and find a way into whatever New York Six bowl they get into that they usually like to sneak in.
I mean, 10-2 might get them in a playoff, man.
That is true. I mean, the way everything's looking right now, I mean, 10-2 is very reasonably in the playoff.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
I mean, because I mean, I haven't even looked at like what do the rankings look like this week? I mean, are there a bunch of two loss teams in there? I mean, you still got a bunch of. I guess
Oh
right
yeah,
now,
there's quite a
well, the only
few.
ones only ones in the rankings right now that are two loss are Notre Dame and Texas. Yeah,
Mm,
so you still got.
yeah, but again, we're only halfway through the season as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
But
that's going to shake itself out. But I mean, there's OU's schedule's about to get stupid, and
yeah,
we'll touch on that game in a little bit too. Um,
I mean A&M schedule coming up's not easy.
yeah,
I mean,
Georgia. I mean, Georgia obviously lost to Alabama, but they've had some close calls as well, which we'll touch on. Um, yeah, we'll see. It's I think 10-2. I think 10-2 is at least getting you in the conversation, and you'll be right on the bubble
for sure. Just depends on who you lose to, really. I mean,
because
Alabama, according to the media, is a good loss. So if you can have one more good loss and then go 10-2, you're still in good shape.
because let's just look at the top 20 or the top 12 right now, right? With the one losses that are there, like realistically, the way the schedules are shaking out, there might be five one loss teams in that and one
Yeah,
undefeated.
which is
I think
crazy.
Ohio, and well, maybe two undefeateds. Um, I guess
I don't know.
Indiana and
Ohio
Ohio
State's got to
State
play
will have to
Michigan,
play.
dude.
That's true. That's true. And Indiana and Ohio State will have to eventually play each other. But again, the conference
Yeah.
championships shouldn't matter. But yeah,
See, it's got like an asterisk lost. Like you're
yeah,
still in the playoff.
for
But
sure.
the Texas Tech rolled Kansas. I mean, I
Yeah,
still think that they're legit. I mean, they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do. Um, I mean, I know like the competition hasn't been really up there. I mean, they rolled Utah, but they got to go to Arizona State this week, which depends on if Levitt plays or not. But I mean, other than that, I mean, they got BYU in November, but and then maybe Kansas State. I mean, Kansas State's playing better. I
they
mean,
are.
they might have found their footing a little bit. So I mean, you never know. Maybe they'll find a way to give some competition there. But I
Yeah,
think Texas Tech's well in shape to run away with the Big 12 at this point.
agreed.
Oh, let's see. Dude, USC beating on Michigan. That was one of the big surprises that I did not see coming this weekend.
Dude, I'm
Like
telling you, man.
absolutely like dominated. I mean, like
Yeah, dude, I honestly I missed that game. I got my time zones mixed up. Um, so I turned on the game and they were doing the post game interviews already. And I didn't see what happened. So if people on TikTok can let me know how that game turned out, um, yeah, I didn't get to catch it because yeah, we
did you know that actually originally that was my original hug was I was gonna give a hug to all of our TikTok commenters that really just keep us in line whenever we mess up. So we
yeah
always appreciate that.
yeah it's very nice. But no, again, kind of as I mentioned in my prediction, like USC's front seven has gotten a lot better and bigger. Like they've invested heavily and not just in the transfer portal, but in the high school rankings too. Um, Jakeem Stewart, he's a freshman this year, big dude. He was going to be he reclassified to last year's class, and he was going to be the number one overall player in this year's draft or this year's high school
Mm,
class. So I mean, he's a touted dude that USC spent a lot of money on to get him to campus. Um, so I mean, their front seven they're trying to build that up to compete in the Big Ten, where you got to be pretty big up front to compete against the Ohio States, the Michigans, the Penn States. Although
absolutely.
they struggled, but I mean, their front seven and their offensive lines are big, strong, and can move piles. And that it seems that's what USC is trying to kind of get in the mix for. So
Hmm.
again, um,
Been one
they
of their
do have
struggle
their
points the last several years for sure.
they do have their one loss. I think it was to Illinois. Um, again, USC, I think there was a stat like USC is like 1-19 against the spread when they have to go like in the central or eastern time zone. Like they're
Huh.
not good when they
Wow.
travel. So that's another play if you're looking if USC is going in the central or eastern time zone. I don't know time zones very well, obviously, as I've been told. Um, but I do know that they're not very good when they have to go into those. So,
Yeah. Gotta go to
um,
Notre Dame this week.
are they going to Notre? Is it at Notre Dame?
Yep.
Yeah.
Touchdown
See,
Jesus.
yeah. What's that line? Do you
Notre
know?
Dame minus 8.5.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of points, but they're 1-19 against the spread. So
Yeah.
uh, if math serves, take Notre Dame in the point, like or take Notre Dame to cover. I mean, I don't know, but
At least the
that's
midline.
yeah. But USC I think is much improved on the defensive side of the ball. So we'll see what happens going forward. Again, they were my dark horse to make it into the playoff, but Um, I think they still got some pretty tough games ahead too.
Yeah, they still got a tough schedule ahead, but I mean, like I've actually been surprised with them. I mean, Maeva's played really well this
Hmm.
entire season. I mean, he's really stepped up and taken over. Um, I mean, King Miller was their leading
Yeah,
rusher at 158 yards this past weekend. So, I mean, he's really stepped up. I mean, he only had 150 yards coming into the game, and so he
yeah.
doubled up his stats just in that one game. So I feel like they've got a lot of. I mean, it's USC. I mean, Lincoln Riley. Despite what you might think about his coaching, which I mean, I've always questioned his coaching, but he's a great recruiter. I mean, he knows how to recruit offensive players, and now it seems like he's finally kind of recruited some defense as well, which is what he's needed for a while. But
And I mean, don't get me wrong. Oklahoma has money, but USC has crazy, like a
oh
lot more
yeah,
money. It's yeah, it's they're getting the backing
yeah,
to try to
for
get
sure.
USC back to where they think they should be. And
Yeah,
again, you could talk the blue blood thing all you want. I mean, they're probably one of them. I mean, over the course of their history.
yeah. So, so we'll see. I mean, like you said, they have a tough schedule, but I mean, they're playing really well right now. So
Yeah,
I mean, they almost won the Illinois game. I mean, that was
yeah.
Illinois kicked a game winning field goal at the end. So I mean, they were a couple plays from going being 6-0 right now. So
And last year too, like I think they went 7-5, and I think out of their five losses, like four out of the five were one score games. Like they were in every single game.
yeah, for sure.
Y'all still
So
talking or what, boys?
Yeah,
what's up, man? We were
we've been
just talking
stalling.
about yeah, we were just talking how I missed the USC and Michigan game because I didn't know what time it started.
Well, that's all right because Sharon Moore's a little pussy, and Michigan fell to the mighty USC Trojans. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They played at 4:30 though, not 9:30. That was the biggest thing. So
Oh yeah.
I did forget. We apparently don't know how the time zones work, but that's all
yeah.
right. We got it
We're always
Mi-
done.
trying
We
to
got
get
it
better,
done.
I missed it.
always looking to improve. All right, let's keep rolling. Oh man, dude, the other big upset of the weekend, or I guess maybe not even an upset, dude. Florida State has come back down to earth, completely fallen back to from grace. Uh, it's been a long time since they beat Alabama week one, dude. So now they're up
Yeah.
to eight straight conference losses. I think four straight at home. So it's just things are not good down in Tallahassee right now.
Yeah, I can't say I watched a second of that game, but um, yeah, from the beat down that they put on Alabama to now, we're talking like Penn State levels. They didn't have obviously the expectations that Penn State had, um, but after beating Bama, I think they did.
Oh, 100%.
So losing and the Virginia loss, like that's things happen, right? Losing at home to a good Miami team, things happen. This past weekend, now we got to start questioning it a little bit.
But losing at home to a team that just ditched their starting quarterback. So I mean, that's where it gets tough.
Yeah.
I guess the big question is where does the cord get cut for Mike Norvell? Is it
Soon.
yeah? I mean,
You
like,
think?
but is it
They are
is it?
guys,
I mean,
they are 0-8 in their last ACC games, and their only win is against Cal, which does that even really count as an ACC win?
barely.
Like
I mean, I guess I guess if that's your one win, it counts for something.
like we went from prematurely crowning them as the next team in the ACC after that Bama win to no, Norvell is firmly on the hot seat, and in my opinion, no matter how the rest of the season goes, should be fired.
Especially after last season's debacle too.
Yes.
Like I think it's all just building up now.
Like
Um,
they had one good season, and we've already all argued about, get or not get in with that season. But if you look at his body of work at Florida State,
It's not great.
get him out of there. Like there's
Yeah,
nothing that he's done that should tell you that, hey, he has a chance to build something here. Yes, the Alabama win looked really good, but in my opinion, now flush it because Bama looks back like they're back at the top end of the SEC, and Florida State is just an average ACC team, maybe. I mean, they're now 0-3 in the ACC.
yeah.
yeah.
So,
But I think we've talked about it too. Is like you kind of gave him a pass last year for the 2023 season, but you can't give another one. I mean,
no,
especially when you show
no.
like
Okay.
it like we said, going back to the other seasons. I mean, he was average, had a little boost in 2022, had the great season in
He's had one
2023.
good season. One good
Yeah,
season.
If okay, if they go to Stanford and lose this weekend, he's gone.
He's gone.
he if they lose to Stanford, he doesn't get on the plane.
Yeah. And he's going to be another coach with an awesome buyout, I'm sure, who's going to be living
Yes,
large after he's
Both of
done.
them, both Florida coaches. You might have already talked Billy, but if
Not
if
yet.
if Mi- if Mississippi State goes and beats Florida, and if Florida State loses this weekend, both those coaches should be fired immediately, and that's all I'll say about them.
And that will happen.
Yeah,
If
should
Florida
happen.
loses to
Should happen.
Mississippi State, they're done.
Has
what's a,
to
what's a what's a worse loss right now, at Stanford or at
at Stanford.
UCLA?
Uh,
At Stanford,
at
easy.
Stanford. I think at Stanford, like they're Stanford's so bad. Stanford
Yeah,
is. I mean, Andrew Luck's trying to like keep that program afloat, but it's real bad right
yeah,
now at Stanford.
yeah.
Does Stanford have a? Oh, Stanford eked out a win against
They
San
beat
Jose
Hawaii,
State.
right? Oh,
No, they
Oh,
they actually lost to Hawaii.
oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
oh, that's right. That was the opening game of the season.
Yeah. No, this it's the Stanford game. Like that's a worse loss tenfold in my opinion. Because UCLA got another win this week. They destroyed Michigan State.
Yep,
U-
they're rolling
UCLA
now, dude.
might be the hottest team in the country, boys. Like
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, for
they
real.
all of a sudden figured out how to play offense, and everything's just rolling. They all of a sudden have no flaws. Everything's good. So
Yeah,
they're
just had to get
playing
rid of the
major
head coach
spoiler,
and
and
OC. It's all good.
exactly they're playing major spoiler in the Big Ten. Honestly, like I'm not even trying to be hy hyperbole or anything. They're playing really good right now.
Are they going to go to Indiana and win?
No,
Imagine,
no.
imagine.
Indy
We'll get to that game. We'll get to that
Indiana's
game.
too good, but yeah, they look decent enough to like scare some people in the Big Ten.
Yeah, I agree. What's next, buddy?
You want to talk about Big Ten spoils? It's the end of an
Oh
era. We talked
God.
we talked about it already in our hugs. The best job in the world, being a fired head coach, James Franklin. So I can't remember who said it on ESPN, but they went on a whole rant and they said James Franklin is who he is. He can't beat good teams. The one thing you could always rely on is that he could beat the bad teams. And he finally got to the point that he can't even beat the bad teams. So like, and this was before he got fired. They're like, you have to you have to fire him in the next 24 to 48 hours. Just cut ties, move on, get going in a new direction. And the next day, boom, he was gone. So
I mean,
it's crazy.
the UCLA thing. That's a one-off. Northwestern, which I
At
took
home.
money. I took money line Northwestern money line, so it did well for me. I took it at halftime.
You
They took
did.
it
Oh,
live. Took it
wow.
live. Yeah.
I took it live at half, just because the odds. It was like plus 550 or something stupid. I was like, you know what? Let me throw something on it. And I mean, it worked out for me.
It hit.
Yeah.
I
Um,
I have two kind of schools of thoughts on this. He had to be fired because it had got that bad. He had to be fired. The buyout's crazy, but he had to be fired. But because of what the buyout cost and what that's going to cost you moving forward, NIL and investment wise, who are they going to be able to hire between now and December that they couldn't have also hired if they let James Franklin play the year out and let him go get a different job and they save all the buyout money?
So I heard something where Adidas came in.
Yeah, I sent that to y'all on Friday
Adidas came in and
and
paid
It's
for
paid
a
the
spo-
big
entire
chunk of
buyout.
that.
it's supposed to cover. And if that is true, that changes everything I just asked you. But if he was going to finish the year, because let's be honest, Virginia Tech's probably calling him tomorrow. Like, hey, I'll take you. Like, I don't, I would love to have you at Virginia Tech. Like, a team like that is what I'm getting at. Like, if he finishes the season at Penn State and shit hit the fan like it did, he can get one of these lower tier jobs and they don't have to pay $56 million buyout. But now they do. So what made them so sure that we can cover this money? Because if they're going to go after a Kirk Signetti or any other high profile coach that you think's going to be probably coaching into January, like they made this move to hire a coach in December. Indiana's going to the playoffs. So you're not getting Kurt if you want to make that move until after Indiana loses in January. So I don't really know where they're going right now from here to pay that much money to fire the coach, even though I definitely agree it had to happen.
There's a lot of names floating around, right? You got Mike Gundy, you got Billy Napier soon, you
Matt
got
Rule,
Sam Pittman. Like they're
Mike Norvell
names.
soon.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's the biggest question mark. And honestly, what Signetti's built at Indiana is that a lateral move at this point?
Cincinnati should not leave Indiana. That would be a
No.
crazy move to me for him to leave
Well,
because
and
he is already a king there.
Yes, and
well,
Don't
he's
I
leave.
building
saw an arg.
something. They have like obviously this is a big stretch, but they have a chance to like build something like legit in
He built
Indiana.
a national title contender at a school that has repeatedly for 100 years stunk at football. Why leave? You
I
are
mean,
a you are a statue caliber coach outside of the stadium if you do nothing else already. Like that's how
mon-
good he's made them.
Well,
money.
and he's such a prideful guy too, though. I feel like he just loves being in Indiana out of spite. Like just that, like nobody expects Indiana to win, and he just wins. And so, like, I feel like it's just kind of like his like spit in the face. Like y'all expect nothing from me. Like Google me. Like his kind of
But
attitude of.
but yes, but like say Michigan loses another 4 games, 5 games, and they fire Sharon Moore. You don't think Michigan's going to pony up some money to try to pull him from Indiana? And Michigan has pull. Take it for what it's worth. Like with their history, their obvious
All of it. The whole thing.
now funding with NIL and the money that's getting poured into the program now. Like I mean that would be what would make him leave is
I think.
money,
I feel like
obviously.
Michigan. I feel like Michigan would be the only job that would make sense for him to leave Indiana right now, based on the jobs that are potentially coming up. I
I
don't
mean
think
I mean
Penn
you,
State's worth going from Indiana.
the only thing that I would say is maybe a Florida, right? Just because it's a different conference, it's the recruiting base in Florida. Like imagine having to get a kid and recruit a kid and be like, "Hey, come to Indiana." You know what I mean? It's a lot harder to get a kid from Florida, Texas, California, some of those breeding grounds for big recruits, um, to come up to Indiana. That would be my only reservation, as to why going to a place like Florida, who has history, money, notoriety, right, and money to pay him, right? They're obviously going to dish out some money. Um, that would be the only other job, in my opinion. I don't think Arkansas is it.
No,
No.
Like Arkansas is not
Arkansas
going
would
to
be a
be
bad move.
for sure. I think
Mhm.
Florida and I mean Penn State to me is a lateral move. I think Florida would
Yeah.
be an upgrade uh, to both of those schools, in my opinion.
Arkansas's
Yeah,
hiring Bobby Petrino full time next year.
Yeah,
Book it. I will. Right now, he's staying.
yeah,
Just
most likely,
just
yeah,
just book it.
yeah. It's interesting.
John
It's
John Gruden's coming to Oklahoma State too, is what I've been hearing. So
Gruden Gruden could get the Florida job, boys. I'm not even. I don't even say that as a dumb anything. Gruden's
I
live in
think
the SEC. Gruden's very live in the SEC. He is live for Arkansas, but Florida's a much more eye-appealing job for him. And it is going to be open in the next few weeks. Like, if they run this back with Billy, like, my goodness.
any reasonable Florida fan should absolutely riot if they hired John Gruden.
would Deion Sanders ever coach at Florida with
No.
him being a Florida State
Uh,
guy?
yeah.
No,
He could money-wise, but, like, Dion
go Florida State.
Dion's not leaving
Yeah, well,
Colorado
yes,
because he could stay at Colorado forever and be the most famous coach of all time there,
He
even
already
if he
is.
has a less than a
yeah,
500 record. True, Brian, you're very right. But like he could have like a .42 winning percentage there and still be the best coach of all time.
true.
And that's after
I
they
think he has pretty close to
they
that right now.
exactly, but like they actually went to national title games in the 80 was the 80s or the 70s
Yeah,
whenever they were like actually national title
Yeah.
contenders. And they will forget about all that tomorrow because of what Dion's doing there. So
I
yeah,
mean, they were good up
people
until the early 2000s.
yeah,
people just want to throw Dion's name into all these big schools, but I'm like, he's already a legend. Like, I don't think he's trying to leave Arkansas. Or, I'm sorry, Colorado for an Arkansas job or a Kentucky job whenever Stoops finally gets out of this hellhole he's in at
yeah.
Kentucky. Like, he's not doing it.
But I wonder how much of the intrigue of playing in like a bigger like one of the major player conferences and coaching a program in that because obviously like going from Jacksonville State or Jackson State, not Jacksonville State, Jackson State to Colorado, that's a huge jump. Like that's a
It
huge jump in
was.
itself. And going from Colorado to Florida State, that's another huge jump, right? I don't know. I think you might want the challenge.
Well, I don't think he does though. He has so many health problems right now. Like,
That's
I
that's
don't
that's a
think
good point.
I was gonna say like I think he's just kind of biding his time.
Content. Yeah, content.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
he'll
that's
He
do it
true.
for another couple of years, I think, and then he'll go.
he could go
Yeah.
7-5, 8-4 Colorado every year, and they never fire him. Where if he did that for 2 or 3 years in the SEC, he's toast. Like he's fired, and then he goes back to whatever he wants to do. But he can stay at Colorado forever and never win more than 9 games, and they will not fire him.
Yeah,
So
it's true. The coaching carousel just got crazier for sure.
you've
And it's
been
gonna
calling this.
keep getting
You've been calling
crazier.
this for a while, Lucas, and I always agree with you. But I'm going to keep pumping up what you've been saying. This year is going to be insane. Big like power forward jobs are open abundantly wide, and they're going to keep coming open as we keep going through this entire cycle. So it's going to be very interesting where the chips fall
Yeah,
as
and
this keeps going.
I mean, because they call it the carousel because one guy leaves from a school to go to a big school, and now there's another opening elsewhere. So there's going to be these openings. Just again, that's why you call it a
Yes.
carousel,
Well, like,
obviously. But it's going to be
I mean,
interesting.
James Franklin doesn't ever have to coach again. Like he has enough money in this buyout to just ride off in the sunset. But he seems like a guy who's going to want to prove his point and keep coaching. So like he's going to go coach at a lower level. Like there's guys like that. They're going to want to do this, and it's going to be very very interesting. It's going to be
Yeah,
very very interesting.
I
Like,
I gave him my hug. I gave him
did you?
James. Yeah, just because of his buyout. But we were kind of talking at the beginning of the show. We were talking. He might just take a back seat for a little bit and be a defensive coordinator somewhere. Like he
As
might
he
even go and
should, but
head. Yeah,
I think he might be the next coach at Virginia Tech.
maybe. But there's also rumors again, coaching carousel. where um, South Carolina's head coach
Beamer, I
Beamer.
I
Beamer
I do get Beamer
going to where,
ball, but yeah, his dad,
yeah, for because his dad was there obviously forever.
yeah,
And so there's rumors for that happening. And again, if that does
yeah,
happen, because the way South Carolina's playing right now, they just fired their offensive line coach today, and so
yeah.
there's some turmoil going on in the back.
There is, and as far as Shane goes, there's no better time to get out than right now because you still have a little bit of credibility. And if the season continues on the path you're on, that's going to just keep going down, down, down. So
Yeah,
that
and
is
and
fair.
once Lenore Sellers is gone, now what? Because that
Yeah,
guy's a one man
you're
show.
done. You're done.
I'm sure y'all didn't watch the LSU South Carolina game yesterday or Saturday, but I mean
I was
they
locked
scored
in on my game.
other than a 72-yard run that their running back broke off. Like they scored 3 points against LSU. Like it was bad, and the only thing that was happening was Lenore Sellers making things happen with his legs because he's really hard to bring down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
S- Since we were on a little bit of hug and hike there, did one of y'all please hike the referees in the Auburn Georgia game?
I hiked Kirby Smart for acting like a
Thank you
child.
No.
for this.
Yes,
Okay, then we're good.
Horrible.
It's
Horrible.
covered.
Horrible.
It's
Horrible.
covered. I just want to make sure I could not have let this podcast in good faith go on without that being covered
yeah.
because my God, was that one of the most egregious things that's ever happened on a football field, and the fact that those referees let it happen, get them the fuck out of here. That is crazy. But anyway,
Like and
back to
and
football.
and I talked about it too, where like I mean he's a very unlikable like figure just in general, but I don't think he
Yeah,
gets like he doesn't get the hate as much as like a Brian Kelly does. Like
agreed.
Brian Kelly's
Agreed.
hated everywhere, but
That
Kirby
was
Smart
that is the
that
most that is the craziest thing I've ever seen happen on a football field where he 100% made the referees believe that he did not do what he just convinced them that he did. It was it
yeah,
was it was crazy. It was
yeah,
so crazy.
yeah.
Anyway,
You go back and
yeah.
listen to kind of what I said. I compared him to a 3-year-old child, like
Yep,
saying
yep.
that he
That's
didn't do
fine.
this.
I
Yeah,
don't want to rehash it. I just want to make sure that it was covered on this podcast because it was incredibly ridiculous and it should officiating should change forever because of how ridiculous that was. But anyway, continue on where we are.
let's go
Well,
ahead and
let's
do that
roll into
game.
the Georgia Auburn game.
Yeah.
So close game, back and forth. Auburn has chances. Uh,
So
Jackson Arnold's just not a very good quarterback. I mean,
no, he's not.
And put Hugh Freeze on the hot seats we've been talking about because he is squarely on the hot seat now.
now 0-3 in conference. I mean, he's got a couple chances coming up. He got Missouri this week. That'll be tough. And then he's got Arkansas and
Loss.
Kentucky, and then that's it. And then they got Vanderbilt and Alabama to end the season. So
but hang on, the Alabama game is always a crapshoot.
true,
Like that's
yeah,
it is. Will I've seen some bad Auburn teams, like the
Is
the
the
the fourth
game
and the 4th and 30 or whatever to win the
is the
game in the
game
back of the end zone.
is the game in Alabama or is it at Jordan Hare? Because at
well,
Jordan Hare,
it's
I'll
in
agree with
Alabama
you.
regardless. So
Good point
it's at
there.
Auburn. It's at Auburn.
Yeah,
At Jordan Hare, crazy shit happens every year, so I will back you up. But but we watched the game Saturday, guys, and like after that fumble, not fumble, we can get into that in a second. Hugh
Bad.
Freeze just quit coaching football. Like he just stopped. He was like, "All right, well, I didn't agree with that call, so I'm going to sit here and just look like a a a mad uncle dad at
He
a
looks like Elmer
child's
Fudd.
party." Yes, he just didn't care anymore because that call didn't go his way, and I think he's the next up on the chopping block. But anyway, you were in
yeah,
that game, and he just gave up, and that's a problem for me.
yeah. Jackson Arnold is also not a good quarterback.
He's bad,
Um,
dude. He's very
No,
um,
real
bad.
bad.
there's a stat going around too. He's ranked dead last in passer rating in the SEC and hasn't thrown a pick yet.
Wow.
No shit. He hasn't thrown a pick.
Yeah.
That is a wild stat to have that bad a passer rating without a turnover.
Oh no, man. We gave him the biggest benefit of the doubt last year because Oklahoma was turmoil, but it's just not worked out at Auburn either. And
Mm-mm.
I don't know, it's just probably just a bad combination between him and he's probably going to transfer. And Hugh Freeze is probably getting fired. Like, that's just probably going to be the deal.
I
Like,
mean, at some point you have to call some sort of negligence too with that wide receiver room.
because
Yes,
they're
Um,
that's
so
what I was gonna
good.
say. Like he's
yeah,
got dudes out there, and
like
Cam
there's
Coleman
conditionally.
is insane. Eric
like
Singleton is a very good wide receiver.
and okay, we'll go back to the coaching carousel. But with all this coaching carousel stuff happening, now you're talking about transfer portal additions too. Like, because if Cam Coleman hops in that transfer portal, someone's getting a dog.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that's also now part of this equation as well with these coaches leaving and
But
now players.
Singleton came in through the transfer portal because he was at Georgia Tech.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
He's about to go right
All
back out.
He
yeah, yeah.
might.
Auburn is I mean defensively they're pretty solid. I, does this have more to show though on Georgia just being not great? I mean,
I- I- I-
they
Still
Again,
should have
not
lost
guys.
that
impressed by
game.
Georgia this year.
Like, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I don't
Again,
know.
I mean,
guys. Number one in the SEC and number 12 in the SEC are a lot closer than they've ever been in our lifetimes. Like,
Yeah,
Georgia is good and
but they're
Auburn's
not
not
dominant.
that great, but they're not also that bad. Like, the defense is iffy, and Hugh Freeze should probably lose his job, but they're not that many good play calls away from being an upper echelon team. Like, it is that close to me. It
Yeah,
really is that close.
and if I'm Auburn too, like obviously Hugh Freeze can't act like a child when things don't go his
He
way.
just the
He can't
biggest bitch, dude. The
he he
biggest
can't,
bitch. But
he can't do that. But like they got hosed pretty hard too against Oklahoma. Like if a few bounces and calls go their way in that game, they win that one on the road. If a
th-
few calls and bounces go their way against Georgia, they win this game. Like that's a completely different conversation if the ball bounces their way in those two games.
I
Because
think they got
that's the difference in two losses and two wins.
I think they got screwed to Oklahoma. I think the better team won against them in Georgia.
Yo, no
The
question.
calls
But
were iffy, but I still think the more than not, even though it was crazy to see, the right calls were made in the Georgia game or the Oklahoma game. Auburn got hosed. Auburn got
yes,
hosed.
but not just calls though, like the ball bouncing, like the luck, right?
True,
If if
true, true.
if
Yeah.
if if Jackson Arnold holds onto that ball for a half a second longer, there's no question about that. Like that's a touchdown, right? And that's just unlucky. And at some point, like Hugh Freeze, like talk about his behavior all you want, like sometimes it's unlucky. Like that's game of inches kind of thing. You know what I mean?
For
Because
sure.
again, if they have those two wins on their schedule, we're having a whole different conversation right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is what
Let's
it
keep
is.
rolling. Tennessee
Who
ended up in a
do,
shootout with Arkansas. It's a good one.
Yep, I took and hey, no 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 no
I,
no, that was a 3 point game, and I have no idea why Bobby Petrino goes for it on 4th and 6 on his own 20, going in to score on the 25 instead of kicking a field goal. Because if he kicks that
Yes,
field goal, it's a tied football game and it's going into
makes
overtime. I
absolutely no sense.
I don't know why coaches hate points. Like this has been becoming more common lately. And again, I understand they're college kickers, but like that's
but
a 40
in a
yard field
game
goal.
where Tennessee dominated for the majority of the game, like it was over, and then all of a sudden it was not over at all.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I had. I had Arkansas plus 14.5, so I was fine with it.
Nailed that one.
Um, yeah, but
As you should.
again,
You should take Arkansas almost every time because they are not good, but
but they cover.
by God, will they cover a spread?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, good teams win, great teams cover, right? Arkansas is a
I
great
That's
team.
right.
I used to say that, but now my team finally feels good, so I'm gonna back off on that. But
Well, they covered too because I took Florida plus 7.5.
we'll get
Yeah.
to that, unless you already did. But we'll get
No,
to
we
that.
haven't.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
let's get into it. So, Florida,
Oh,
after that big win against Texas, come back and got rolled by A&M. So
Yeah.
A&M still undefeated, still rolling along.
But dude, the way that game started, like it was a shootout. Like I thought this was going to be a
Yeah.
50-45 game. Uh, Florida went down the field on A&M quick at the beginning of the game and scored, and then A&M had three plays and was in the end zone again.
scripted drive though. I mean, I first drive of any game when it's scripted, I don't hold that much credit to it. It's the second, third, fourth drives where I see. So obviously, Florida rolls down, scores touchdown. A&M comes back, two plays in the end zone. We're back. We stop them. We score. They score third drive. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be a shootout, just like you said, Lucas. After that, what I've been praying for and wanting to see, this defense, my God, are they scary good? Because they just choked out Lagway and that offensive line the entire rest of the game. They scored three more points,
Yeah.
and they didn't know what the hell was going on.
Um, but on the opposite end, though, A&M also didn't score very much after that either. I mean, you had that fumble to kind of get the cover. You had a really short field to blow the cover for me. Right, I'm a little salty about it, but I mean A&M's offense kind of slowed down too. And from what I hear, the Moss injury is worse than they thought.
It's both ways. It depends. So the Moss injury looks like it's not season injuring,
No,
ending, which is great.
but it's going to be
But
multiple weeks.
it's probably he's probably out until Texas,
Yeah,
which stinks. But
but you have a
our
stable of backs.
our fifth string running back scored a touchdown this week and had four carries for 45 yards the week before. So we're okay because our offensive line is just bullying people
Yeah,
up and down the field, which includes the Florida defense, which was very good.
yeah.
And yeah, we got the early points, and then at the end of the game, 19 of our last 20 plays were runs, and they could not stop us. And they were packing 10 in the box,
Yeah.
and we were still getting 4 to 5 yards to carry, which got us first downs and first downs and first downs, and it's that good.
Are you
I'm trying. I'm trying not to buy the hype, guys, because my heart's been broken so many times. I am very close.
are
I am
you are
very
you
close.
are you concerned at all about some of Marcel Reed's decision making? Like that one ball into the end zone, man. That was a dude. Like you're in field goal range too. I don't know. Marcel Reed has flashes of oh my god, this dude's unreal, and then he has flashes where he does that, and I'm just like, dude, what are you doing?
I am more concerned about Colin Klein's play calling than I am Marcel Reed's reads. Because
Because
like I'm worried about the deep ball, and then he hits Mario Craver first play of scrimmage for a deep, hits him in the chest. Mario bobbles it, so we don't score a touchdown. If Mario catches that clean, it's a touchdown. First play, 75 yards. Colin Klein, who I was very excited to have him as our play caller, and Marcel is his kind of QB. He still calls some interesting plays. The ball should go to either Mario Craver or Casey Concepcion every freaking play on offense that's not a run because they are so dynamic.
yeah,
And every now and then he gets outside of that. And we still have Terry Bussey. Terry Bussey is those same two guys, just not quite as athletic. Like this offense is so crazy spoiled, and he sometimes gets outside of his skis and tries to get a little cute with it. I'm like, just run what needs to be run. So I'm a little I'm more worried about that. but Marcel's play calling adjustments and reads have been better the last 3 weeks. Yes, there is still some inconsistency. He still misses some throws,
Yeah,
but I'm so confident in his defense that Marcel can have mistakes, and I'm not that worried because this defense is so damn dominant. 2 for 33 in your last 3 games on third down is so unheard of that it really doesn't matter, guy. 2 for 33 in 3 games is absurd. It's very absurd. So I'm very confident in this team moving forward that even though I've been heartbroken so many times, I'm almost ready to be we're going to the playoff and we'll see what happens, but I'm almost that confident already.
yeah.
Defense is that good. Like Lucas, it came out today. LSU 6:30 game. I'm not all that concerned, guy. I'm really not. I don't mean to be disrespectful. I'm not all that concerned.
We'll see.
We will. But I
He's
trust
drinking the
my
Kool-Aid,
defense that much
Lucas.
that
He's
I
Yeah,
drinking
am.
the
I am.
Kool-Aid.
I am. Brian. I am. But
I,
I'm telling you,
the one thing I'll say about that is I think LSU will be the best defense that A&M has faced all season. And
but
and and
Florida was supposed to be that, and we cooked Florida like it was. Our offensive line pushed Florida's D line like it was
yeah,
nobody's business.
towards the
It
end of
was
the game for
nobody's.
sure.
And that's our biggest deal, dude. We wear people down, which is what I can't wait to see.
Yeah,
I'm very excited for our game. I am very excited for our game.
yeah.
I'm excited to see it's a 6:30, but when the schedule came out, I'm not as nervous as I was because
Oh,
I
for
think
sure. But
defense
you also
travels. Defense travels.
you also have more confidence because of the output that LSU has put offensively this year too. Like if LSU
100%, dude.
if LSU was putting up points and was scoring like thought they were going to,
I would
I
not be
think your
very
tunes
confident,
for sure, absolutely. But
which is why I
again,
am so confident. Like I think earlier in the season, I would have said we're going to lose by 10 to 14 points. And now I honestly think we might go into that game favored, which is crazy to go into a game at Tiger Stadium favored. I think we might go in there favored.
I mean that's I agree. I mean we're going to get to the games in a little bit. LSU are underdogs right now going
Two
to
and a half
Vandy.
at Vanderbilt, which is
Yeah,
insane. But yeah,
yeah.
Oh, one more game. Big Ten. We got Indiana and Oregon. So we
Mm,
did not put Oregon on the pick'ems last week because we thought who's going to pick Indiana to actually go into Oregon and win a game, and
none of us. None of us.
Indiana did that and then more. So just went in and just, I mean, just took care of business against Oregon in Eugene, which was definitely not an expected outcome. So I
no.
mean, Kirk Signetti, I mean, he's legit, man. I mean, he says what he wins games. That's what he does. You can Google him. So I mean, he, he took care of business. I mean, it was just crazy to see. So Indiana, number 3 in the nation, just like we all assumed would happen.
But dude, if you go and look at the rest of their schedule, like there's no losses on there.
Indiana's
Um,
in. Even
yeah,
if they screw up and lose to Penn State, they're still in. Like they are a
yeah,
playoff team, bar none. Done. It is over. They are in back in the playoff.
I agree.
Yeah, they have those 2 staple wins that are going to put them in there regardless. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, there's, I
yeah,
mean, it would take a Penn State collapse for them to not make the playoff.
I
yeah.
uh I also I was gonna say the same about Texas A&M. Honestly, like you were saying, they could get in the playoff. I mean, even if Texas A&M loses at LSU and then loses at Texas at the end of the year, I mean, ten
We're
and two,
in.
they're in. They're
We're
in.
in.
Yeah,
The SEC is just so much more dominant than the Big Ten, top to bottom. So it's going to carry a lot more weight when it comes to the end. But this is the most. This is one of the more impressive wins I've seen because I held Oregon very, very high, and I did call Kirk Ciannetti a coward that he would rather play to not lose by that much than he would to try to go win the game. I couldn't have been more wrong in this game. They played to win the game. He they played to show that they can win a national title at Indiana, which I would not have thought was possible. So credit to them because unbelievable win on the road by 10, and really it probably wasn't that close because one of them was a pick six. So unbelievable win. Indiana is for real. They are one of the top three teams in this country. Credit to Kersey and Nettie that he should be Penn State's first call yesterday, tomorrow, in the next 3, 4, 5 days. But he shouldn't leave if he, at all. But unbelievable win, great for Indiana, and their path is so clear moving forward, which I would not have guessed at the beginning of the season.
And when you
No.
look at it, we talked about this class that's coming up in the SEC and the nation in general. And out of everything that's happened after 7 weeks of football, the leading Heisman candidates currently are Carson Beck and Fernando Mendoza. So,
Well deserved. I wouldn't have picked them, but well deserved.
yeah,
They have proved my dumbass wrong. I don't know shit about football apparently. They proved my dumbass wrong, and they have played very, very, very good football. So
Yeah.
cannot
it's
argue it.
crazy to see for sure. So, one extra hug I did want to give is, did y'all see the student section of Oklahoma State over the weekend?
That wasn't
Dude,
y'all's
yeah.
hug, boys.
No, I
No.
totally forgot
Oh,
about
that
it until
was
I
my
saw the
hug.
score.
Oh God. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. Go
Well, you
ahead.
can tell it then,
Go,
Will. Go
Brian.
ahead.
No, no, no. Go. It was so awesome.
So one
I
of
thought it had to
the
be one of y'all's hugs.
yeah, so one of the best feel good stories of the weekend is Oklahoma State's down 23 points, and one guy up in an empty section just starts going up, takes his shirt off, just starts waving it around. Another guy comes up, two more come up, and before you know it, there's four sections of dudes just with their shirts off, just twirling the shirts. Oh man, just you got to have fun in a game like that, dude. When you just know you're bad, and let's just drink some beers and let's have some fun and just go crazy. So, especially in Stillwater, Oklahoma, what else you gonna do?
Dude, that's only in college football, man.
Dude, they started with four guys and it
Yeah,
ended with two and a half sections. Four
awesome.
guys, 2.5 sections, and then gotta love it. They were
Oh,
getting th guys, they were getting their dicks kicked in. They were
Yeah.
losing so bad. And
only
but you know
college
what?
football.
Only
Oh
in college
yeah.
football can that happen, and gotta love them. I'm so glad you shouted that out, Brian, because I would have felt very bad if we didn't.
Yeah.
Unbelievable scene in Stillwater, but
Got to take the wins where you can in Stillwater right now. So
small wins right now. Yeah.
for sure. So all right, well let's get rolling to our games before we run out of time. So we'll start with our first game. We're actually gonna do 6 games this week because there's 6 intriguing games on the schedule. So we added a little bonus one. So our first one is gonna be Baylor at TCU. So both teams kind of struggling a little bit off the bat. So but still a big rivalry right down the road. So TCU's a 2.5 point favorite. So Lucas, kick it off.
Man, after TCU, what they did this weekend, man, it's hard to pick them, but Baylor hasn't looked great either. I'm going to take Baylor. I think TCU's kind of going on a downward spiral right now. Yeah, Baylor tends to kind of turn it up later in the season too. Give me Baylor to win this one.
Sounds good. Well,
Same boat. I've been so high on TCU, and they have repeatedly, week after week, just let me down. Baylor's at home. I still trust Robertson to put up yards and points. So even though I don't want to let go of my TCU take, I have to because they just keep letting me down. So give me the Bears at home. It's tough, but that's just the facts at this point.
yeah. I'll take my dark horse, TCU, to bounce
No,
back.
that dark horse is getting darker and darker every week, Brian. Unfortunately.
Hey, it's not as dark as the ACC pick that I made over there in North
That's true.
Carolina.
Very true.
Yeah,
Things are not looking good for
fair.
Big Bill right now, but yeah, but no, I think TCU bounces back. I think being at Fort Worth is going to help them, so I think they'll sneak that one out. So should be a good one though. It's a good rivalry.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Agreed.
Let's go. Utah at BYU. So Utah is a 3.5 point favorite. So we're vying for second place in the Big 12 right now. So Will, go ahead.
I'm taking Utah, man. Like, I've been high on them from the beginning. I toyed with them as my favorite before I took a dumb pick at Kansas State to be the Big 12 champ, and Utah's my dark horse. But um, I still think they have a path, man. I really do. Even though Texas Tech kind of embarrassed them at home, I really do think Utah is still the second best team in the Big 12. So even though they're on the road. BYU struggled a little bit last week, and they've been they've been there, but I haven't seen anything that really separates BYU into that upper echelon. So, give me Utah on the road. I understand, but give me Utah on the road to go get a big win in the Big 12 and get closer to that rematch against Texas Tech in the Big 12 championship.
I like it. Lucas.
Yeah, I'm taking Utah as well. I I had a small money line bet on Arizona beating BYU this week. It ended up going into overtime, and BYU snuck it out. Um, and Arizona is not an awful team. They're not great, but I think they're much improved from last year. But
Which
I think you,
we all thought they stunk, which
yeah,
everybody thought they stunk,
for
and
sure,
they're not at
absolutely.
all.
Yeah, but I do think Utah again as things have played out with the Texas Tech game. I still like Utah's offensive line. I like their running game. They're going to play solid defense, and yeah, I think Utah gets this win on the road.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Utah as well because if you look outside of that Tech game, I mean Utah has been dominant. I mean that was like kind of a blip in their schedule. BYU, I mean they're undefeated, but they've also given up quite a few points and they've been in some dogfights. So I mean
Haven't
I would
beaten
say
anybody.
so yeah, so I think Utah is just the better team right now. I think they learned a lot from that Tech win, and they're gonna bounce back in a big way. So that put them up to tied for second place behind the Red Raiders for the Big 12. So well, let's keep rolling. Let's go. Missouri at Auburn. Missouri is currently a 2.5 point favorite. Lucas,
Dude, weird things happen in Jordan Hare. Um, as we talked about with the Alabama rivalry stuff, but even just normal games. I do think Missouri bounces back in this game. I think Bo Prabula plays better. I think they establish a running game against Auburn. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take Mizzou. Again, on their road to 10 wins again.
there you go. Well,
I agree 100%. Mizzou would be very crazy to give Ahmad Hardy only 12 carries again because that
Dude,
man has been running over the entire country this year. That was an abomination to not keep feeding him the rock against Bama. I thought they were very live to beat Bama. I still personally think they should have beat Bama, even though I was very impressed with Bama's win. But Missouri's a very good team. As an Aggie fan, that's my most scary game moving forward on that schedule. Auburn, on the other hand, is not that good. Hugh Freeze is a corpse walking. I think he's going to be one of the next coaches fired. They need to give Ahmad Hardy 25 carries, let Perbula get comfortable again. I actually think Missouri wins this game very comfortably. I don't think it's going to be that close.
I wonder if Missouri blows them out if that is the end of Hugh Freeze. You just cut
Should
ties
be,
right
in
there.
my
So
opinion. Should be. Just get rid of it and be done.
yeah. No, I mean I've been impressed with Missouri this year, and I mean we talked about Auburn's offense. I mean there's no energy, there's no movement, there's no anything coming out of Auburn right
No
now.
life,
So
dude. No life.
yeah, I don't see any reason to believe that that's going to change against a pretty good Missouri defense. So I mean, like Lucas said, the crazy things happen, but not today. So I take Missouri. So let's roll into Tuscaloosa. We got Tennessee at Alabama, who is a -8.5 point favorite currently. So crazy things happen in this game too. So let's see, Will, what you think?
Really, Alabama 8.5.
Yeah,
I didn't realize it was that high. Again, I am gonna roll with the favorite though because as many takes as I got wrong headed in this season, I aside of Penn State, I don't know if I had a more hot take than Ty Simpson not being the guy. He is the guy, and he is very, very, very efficient. He does not make a lot of mistakes. He makes very good reads at home against an, in my opinion, inferior opponent. Tennessee does put up points, but I don't. There's no way I can say after what I've seen from Tennessee on the road at Mississippi State, very lucky to get a win. Lost at Georgia at home in a shootout. There's no way that I could say, hey, you're going to just go into Bryant-Denny Stadium and just sneak out a win after what I've seen from Alabama outside of that Florida State game, which at this point I have totally flushed out. Like that game doesn't even matter to me anymore. This team has flipped the switch. Ty Simpson is the guy. If he keeps doing what he's doing, he might find himself in New York at the end of the season. So give me the Crimson Tide.
I like it. Lucas?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go the opposite way. I think Tennessee is gonna take this game. I think 8.5 is wild point spread here. The way Tennessee can score points, I think Tennessee has a pretty good defense. Obviously, they gave up quite a bit to Georgia, and I think this is how the game was flowing. It was just back and forth like that. Um, but I just don't know if Alabama's offense can keep up with Tennessee's offense where I think they score points. And we talk about Bryant-Denny Stadium, right? They're at home, but how much of that is a home field advantage? I mean, obviously it's home field advantage, but it's not like you're going to Kyle Field. You're not going to Tiger Stadium, like that kind of thing.
Agreed.
Um,
Yeah, agreed.
and, and and obviously Tennessee got the big win over Alabama last year. Um, and I think they do it again. I think this is one of those ones where Alabama slips up. Um, and gets a loss here. So I'm going to take Tennessee in this one.
I'm gonna take Rocky Top too. Tired of the Bama hype. Want Tennessee to go in. If they can run the ball, I think they have a lot of success because that's what Florida State did. They ran the ball really well. So if they can go in and have some success on the ground, I think they got a good shot. So let's roll Rocky Top, baby. That's probably why
I
Will's
Think,
leading the
also
picks right
think,
now. But
think Bama wins by double digits, dude.
I also
Double
think Jim.
digits. Put me
I
down.
think I think one of the big questions too is Jam Miller. Is he going to be available? Because obviously
yeah,
that's a different Alabama offense when Jam Miller's playing.
I agree with
Um,
that. I do agree with that, but
and so if he has the New York Giants concussion protocol, yeah,
he's in. Yeah.
Tennessee might
I just,
be
dude,
in for
I, I just can't get over like one of the more things I've been the most wrong on. Ty Simpson's a very good quarterback, and I was very wrong on that. So, um, that that fourth and eighth throw he made the other day, you could not have laid that in a better breadbasket than
yeah.
any. He's a very good quarterback. So,
I mean, he's been waiting
yeah,
8 years to play. So
that is
True.
true. That is true. But I've seen some fifth year guys just shit the bed, and this guy is not. He's taking advantage of every
yeah,
opportunity. So that's the only
Yeah.
for
reason I'm
sure.
rolling with him. But who we got next,
Well, let's
Brian?
roll. Let's roll into Georgia. We got Ole Miss going to Georgia, who is a 7.5 point favorite. So, Lucas, what you got?
I don't like the 7.5. Like that's a stinky line. The hook's stinky, but Georgia at home, I think Ole Miss is overrated. Obviously, we saw what they did against Washington State this week, um, which is even more frustrating as an LSU fan, um, where Chambliss like literally couldn't miss, which is really annoying. Um, but they're not a good defensive football team. Arkansas put up 500 yards against them. Um, Yeah, give me Georgia at home for sure. Honestly, the hook is what changes this. I think that's Georgia wins probably by a touchdown, maybe 10. I would avoid the line completely if I'm being honest.
Well,
I disagree. Give me Georgia and the line. I'm taking the over. I think Ole Miss might be the most overrated team right now that's out there. Uh, Trinidad Chambliss is a great story. He has turned this team around because I think they might be a 500 football team if he was not the quarterback. I think if also Simmons was still playing quarterback, who knows what the record might be. Um, but the defense is bad. W- Let's not get this twisted. Washington State is not a good football team, and they had every right to win that game last week. Ole Miss is very lucky to come out with the win. And Lane Kiffin's offense just doesn't seem to have the same pop that it has in the past. So going into Athens at Georgia, tall Taz, Georgia does not lose at home. Uh, there's no way you can convince me to take Ole Miss in this game, and 7.5 doesn't scare me. Give me the Bulldogs and give me them in the points at this point, honestly.
They were 32.5 point favorites against Washington State, by the way.
And they were very lucky to walk out of that with a win.
Yeah,
They should have
32
lost
and a
that football
half.
game.
yeah.
I'll take Georgia too. I think being at home definitely helps. And then, yeah, I just think it's hard to be sold on Ole Miss right now. Just don't know what to get out of them. And
Defense, guys, it's just the defense. It's not good. But
yeah. And like you said, the offense just didn't have the spark that it usually has. So I think it's going to be tough for them to get the ball moving. So I'll take Georgia. Well, let's go down to Nashville, boys. We got LSU going to Vanderbilt, where, as Will stated earlier, Vanderbilt is a 1.5 point favorite. So,
oh, it
Will, lead this one
dropped.
off. Yep, one
It
and a
dropped to
half is
one and
what
a
I saw.
half.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think we're going to see quite a bit of line movement on it, to be honest.
I'll be honest, Brian. This has nothing to do with my Texas A&M uh, allegiance, but I'm taking Vanderbilt in this game, man. Lucas, I'm sorry, dude, but
That's
I
fine.
I can't get behind the offense. I really can't. Vanderbilt does have a decently live offense, and LSU's defense is good, but it has been suspect at times. I just love Diego Pavia. Yeah, I really think Vanderbilt's very live in this game. I thought they were live against Alabama 2 weeks ago, and they gave them a hell of a shot. Um, Man, I couldn't have been more wrong on LSU. I would love them to prove me wrong coming into this game, but what I have seen on the field does not give me any reason to trust them. So for that reason, I'm going Vandy at home.
Luke's.
Yeah, I'm going to take LSU in this game. I think Pavia. The big thing about Vanderbilt is if Pavia can get the ground game going, they're a threat. But I think LSU, as we saw with Lenora Sellers last week, they bottled him up, man. He couldn't get anything
Yeah,
going. They tried quarterback draws, design runs for him. I think he ended with 25 total yards rushing, and they bottled him up fine. I think LSU does that against Vanderbilt here. Um, the big difference between Alabama, though, Alabama is not very good at stopping the run. LSU has shown that they can handle a running quarterback a lot better than they have in previous years. Um, and I think defensively, LSU is in every game. They're going to be at least competing and able to win every game they play. Um, the offense this week for LSU showed some signs of improvement. Obviously, they only won by 10. That should have been a 34-10 or 3 game. Um,
Nuss not hurt, right? The zip was back out of
back.
nowhere. The zip was back.
No, it was not only was it back. I think the bye week, him getting off for that week has helped a lot.
Helped a lot,
It's
yeah.
it's still not he's still not as sharp as he was last year. Don't get that twisted. But LSU fumbled on the goal line on a run, which took 7 points off the board. There was a tip ball for a pick in South Carolina's end zone as well. So I mean, I don't know. Vandy is a good football team, obviously much improved, but I think LSU's defensive statistics so far this year don't match up well for Vanderbilt. And if they can stop Pavia running the ball and getting that offense rolling, I think LSU bottles that up. So that's what I got.
Yeah, I'm gonna take LSU too. I think I'm definitely taking the under. It's 48.5 right now. I think there's a good chance
Oh,
that
absolutely. Take that in a
this is
second.
like a 17-10
Yeah.
game. Like it's just gonna be very low
Hmm.
scoring, but um no, I think it's gonna come down to defense for sure. I think LSU's got really good defense. Offense will find a way. I mean, I think it's gonna be close. I mean, especially being in Nashville. Um, you know that Vanderbilt's gonna be smelling blood, but we'll see how it goes. So I think LSU will sneak it out.
Another
Maybe
thing too, I will say, Vanderbilt last year was probably they're probably a little bit better this year. I would say LSU's defense was awful last year, like pretty
Very
bad,
bad. Very bad.
and they bottled that offense up completely. I think they won by 2 or 3 scores. Um,
At Tiger Stadium, though.
for sure, absolutely. But I mean, I don't even know the name of Vanderbilt Stadium, but that doesn't scare me, especially 11 o'clock kickoff. There's going to be more LSU fans at that stadium than there will be um, Vanderbilt
Good
fans
point.
because
Good point.
Nashville's one of those travel places where people want to go. So LSU fans are going to travel really well, and I think it leads to a
how,
probably a college game day the following week against A&M.
I
how do
agree
you
with
not
that.
know the
I think that
name
is
of
probably
the
college game
First
day.
Bank Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee?
I don't know; it's always under construction, so I'm not sure.
Couldn't be any worse than last week at freaking Mizzou, guys, when
Yeah,
they're showing the opening kickoff and there's a damn excavator in the left side of the field
Yeah.
just sitting
yeah,
there. Yeah,
All right. That's all I got, guys.
that'll do it.
You got anything else? All right. Will, thanks for hopping on. Glad
I'm
you could make
good.
it.
Yeah, sorry I was late, guys. Unless there's anything y'all need me to chime in on that I missed, but other than that, I'm good till next week. I'm just happy. I'm
All
6
right.
and 0, baby. I'm fucking happy.
We'll see, dude. 3-game road streak ahead. So,
That's
That's
right.
true. That's true.
all right. Well, we appreciate everybody watching. Continue to like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your family. Continue to watch our TikToks. Keep checking us on our time zones and all of our other mistakes. And until next time, we'll see you next week.
See ya.